fine shops and stores. The Philippines is one of the world's largest lumber-producing countries, ranking 5th in the ratio of forests to total land area. Commercial forests make up almost half of the land area of the Republic. Sugar is one of the 5 crops on which the Philippine economy is chiefly based. Climate and rainfall are ideal for raising sugarcane. In the Philippines, as in most countries of Asia, rice is the principal staple food. Because of work animal and machinery losses during World War II, rice production after the war was only half the pre-war level. Today's output of rice, however, far exceeds pre-war production. Fish and rice are to the Filipino diet what meat and potatoes are in the West. The fishing industry ranks second in importance only to agriculture. Nearly 2,000 different species of fish are found in Philippine waters. Although annual catches are at an all-time high, the Philippines is still obliged to import fish from neighboring countries to meet its own needs. A freshwater fish program is one of the government's answers to the pressing need for a bigger fish and fish product industry. Although SEATO headquarters are now in Bangkok, SEATO was actually born in the Philippines in September 1954. The Republic is one of the organization's most active members and holds maneuvers regularly. Communist agitation is familiar to the people of the Philippines. For many years after World War II, the country was plagued by red bandits called Hugs. As a charter member of SEATO, the young republic has pledged itself to defend its own freedom and the independence of others. SEATO's planners are preparing studies on the defense of the treaty area, as well as mapping plans for cultural and economic exchange between the member nations. There is a common pool of intelligence information available to all the member countries. This close cooperation in peacetime helps to establish in advance the mutual confidence which would be needed for joint operations in case of war. Periodically, the member nations of SEATO hold joint maneuvers to test how quickly combined forces can be mustered and delivered to possible trouble spots in one or another of the partner nations. Such exercises also serve as reminders to the people of the member nations that they do not stand alone and that their independence is protected by a multi-nation shield. A major objective of SEATO is to combat foreign-directed subversion against the political independence of nations in the treaty area. In many cases in the past, infiltration and subversion have proved as profitable to the cause of world communism as outright armed attack. As a result, internal security, as much as direct aggression, has become an urgent challenge. Bound by the United Nations Charter, the Pacific Charter, and the SEATO Treaty itself, to uphold the principle of self-determination, SEATO is constantly alert to anticipate and prepared to thwart any externally directed effort to seize or subvert any of the treaty area countries. SEATO is the third link in a defensive chain which stretches round the world, from Asia through the Middle East under the Baghdad Pact, through the NATO countries and Europe, and through the United States across the Pacific to Asia. It is a natural and vital part of the free world's perimeter of collective security, and it grows healthier and stronger with every passing day. SEATO's defensive military structure rests on a firm foundation today. Now, increasing emphasis is being placed on economic and cultural exchange. Increased cooperation in these areas will lead toward greater security, sounder economies, and more political unity in the member nations. SEATO, in conception and practice, represents a force to fulfill the fondest aspirations of all the peoples of Asia, of all the world. It is a force promoting freedom from economic want, a force defending liberty and the independence of free nations.
Present communist strategy in Southeast Asia is to undermine non-communist governments by threat and subversion. In the 3.5 years since SEATO's formation, the 8 member nations have made long strides forward along the road to mutual security. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, your host for The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is an official television report for the armed forces and the American people. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center. Presented by the United States Army in cooperation with this station.